Hello and welcome to the Death Battle Cast, the show where we tell you every single week that Sonic Unleashed sucks and you just gotta deal with it, okay?
Oh my gosh, that really was the sticking point for that video. Oh my gosh. And I didn't see anybody explain why we were wrong about it either. Dag nabbit.
No,
I know the running parts are fun.
We've had a lot of fun with the tier list, and I'm sure we'll do that again in the future. But we are going back to a classic.
And all of the tier lists will have like a Sonic Unleashed tier at the bottom. Even though we didn't put Sonic Unleashed at the bottom, there's gonna be a special Sonic Unleashed tier.
That's the new worst of all time. All right, Hey, welcome to the Death Battle Cast. I'm Ben, voice of Wiz, and apparently the host of the show sometimes, unless one of these other people decide to just take over for no reason.
I would never.
And that's Chad, of course. He's always here.
Hi.
Today we are going to be doing a community death battle between.
I don't need an introduction.
Well, I'm introducing you with your character, Liam. Come on, just let me do my thing as the host, Liam. Jeez. Liam will be arguing for Patrick Star.
Yeah.
You know, the pink guy from SpongeBob.
The pink
and
one.
he's going to be fighting Goofy.
Looking at me. Liam's going to be fighting Goofy.
By Nick. What are we doing, Nick?
Well, we're going to have ourselves a nice little debate, but before we get going on that, I just want to say, if you haven't already noticed by the difference in room from, whenever I was last on the podcast, I'm in a house now. And in doing so, we moved. And when you move, you know how you lose stuff and then you find things that you never thought you'd ever see again?
Yeah.
Ben,
streams.
I have something that's going to be a little blast from the past.
It's too shiny.
It's a glare. It's a big old glare.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Is that one of his student films? Yeah, it is!
Oh! It sure is. And so, yeah, this is
we made in high
Zorro
school.
Fan film. Yeah. A Zorro fan film
yes.
from 2007. And I was briefly in it. Ben and I were just starting to get to know each other. And so he needed, just extras for, this big old war that was being shot in the woods 6 inches behind his backyard.
Yep.
And on the DVD cover, he was kind enough to, I think, give everybody their own personalized DVDs. So here's 17-year-old me, very
Oh my
blurry.
god, you made custom stickers for the thing.
Yeah.
I can picture that CD DVD label maker right
I remember those.
Yes.
I remember those from
I got a
middle
hold of one of
school
those and I
high
wanted to
school.
use it.
Holy
And
shit.
everybody, I wasn't paying these
Christ.
people to be in my stupid student film. So I was like, well, I'm going to give them
Off
It wasn't even a
film.
student
Use their
film.
own
It was it wasn't even a student film. There was no grade on this. This was just a fun thing done amongst high schoolers. And
Yeah,
so,
by student film, I
found
mean,
that.
I was a high school student
That's
when I made it.
great.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
You know what would be even more awkward? Is if I, preemptively ripped it and had it ready to play here and now.
That would be so
I don't.
taco.
I actually don't.
Oh, dude, let's upload it for our members.
I really don't want to do that.
I don't have a disk
No.
drive on my computer or anything like that, so I actually have not done that. I was kidding, but
It'd be so great
possible.
if you started playing it right now, right after you said that. You're like, I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't
I'm
that
just
be
kidding. And then it
unfortunate?
just immediately cuts to black. That'd be great.
What a lame way to
should
get
do
our
that.
channel demonetized, because there's no
Yeah,
original music
yeah,
in this
for
whatsoever.
sure.
It's all
No,
going to
it's
be.
used.
I don't even remember exactly what tracks were used. I haven't seen it in approximately coming up on half my lifetime now. But
Ooh.
yeah,
dude,
just wanted
that's
to bring it up
crazy.
for laughs.
That's crazy. How long we know each other, because that just took me back to I was in, I think, both of y'all's final projects. Remember, I don't remember what they were, but I just remember filming them.
I barely remember mine. I just remember mine. So this is for senior year of college that you're talking about, at least for my thing.
Wait, was it college?
For mine, it was college.
Okay.
It was genuinely the worst thing I ever made, and then I got a perfect score on it. I don't know.
That's funny.
But anyway,
You guys also want to feel old? That's actually perfect, because I just want to bring it up. Today is Kira's 10th birthday.
1 decade.
that was a legitimate spit take. I remember when she was born, man.
Yep.
That would have been
I remember
April
she was
19th, 2012. Well, happy birthday to her.
Yeah, happy birthday, Kira.
Yeah,
my
thank you. I saw
gosh.
somebody called it out in the chat too, so thank you. I will relay
That's
the well wishes.
crazy.
Yeah,
Happy birthday to
That's
Kira.
crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, wow.
and
that
then we
just
made
completely
Death
threw me
Battle, and
off.
then we made the Death Battle podcast, and then now we debate.
Now we're
into
here.
the debate.
Wow.
the history of Screw Attack, and we're here.
Look at what me and my friends making Zorro fan films has come to.
Really, Death Battle is just a series of Zorro fan films. If you think
one of
about it.
my first like
who would
films
Zorro fight? Chat,
high
who would
school.
Zorro fight? That's 2 R's, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Puss in Boots.
that'd be pretty cool.
Antonio
One of my
Banderas versus Antonio Banderas.
One of
Figured
the
out
first
Shrek.
movies I ever made in high school that I was like really proud of was a Beowulf film. Fucking
Oh, yeah.
Beowulf.
Oh, hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Read
Yeah, dude.
Beowulf in English
Zorro
class. And I was
versus
like, I'm gonna
Beowulf?
make this a movie.
Dude,
That's
there-
awesome.
a lot of things in English class that I was assigned to read was
Oh,
like
Robin
a
Hood,
chore.
duh,
But Beowulf, I was like, hell yeah! What?
Beowulf's
We're like rip
awesome.
a monster's arm off? Like, let's go!
Yeah. I had a friend of mine dressed up as Grendel. This just horribly stupid, like
It looks like old Greg. Like, you know?
yeah, it was like I think it was like an ape, a mask with like a robe and like a furry like
It's
coat or something
probably
like
accurate.
that. Yeah, it was really stupid looking, but we like made a prop arm that would be ripped off. It was really dumb.
That's hype as fuck.
I was like 15 at the time. I don't remember. Anyway, we have a community death battle to get to. As well as I see a bunch of people in the chat talking about Zora and Kira, which is fun.
Yes, that's great.
Zora and Kira.
Somebody also fired off a poll in the member chat that says, "Should we release the singer cut?" And, what's surprising is 10% said no.
I'm literally
Like, 10%
holding
were
it
just like, no.
in my hand. I'm holding the singer cut.
Please
It's-
vote no.
I'm agreeing with some of these comments, by the way. Zorro versus Robin Hood makes sense. That would be
Zora
fun.
versus Robin Hood are actually pretty
It's
fun.
it's a
That'd be
you
really
know.
interesting. Like
Yeah.
really diving into the mythologies and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. But wow, way to completely derail this. But
That was great.
I do want to really quickly shout out some people showing up in the chat as members. We have a lot of red badges now, which is really
Hell yeah.
really cool. Everybody who has a red badge in the YouTube chat has been a member for at least 2 months, which I think we've made it pretty clear as we were doing this membership thing for the Death Metal YouTube channel that we only sort of knew what we were doing, and we still only sort of know what we're doing. We're figuring it out as we go, and it's been really amazing to see you guys come out and support us in this way and be part of this. So thank you so much to everybody who has a badge next to their name in red or black, and it'll in the future it will start turning different colors. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And also thank you to our
Start
first member,
flashing
Zorro.
uncontrollably, and you'll see into the future.
But you guys are the reason why we're able to do this, and your support means so much to us. So thank you so much. We do have a bunch of awesome things coming up in the future for members on the YouTube channel, like exclusive membership content. Again, we are not like blocking anything behind a paywall or whatever that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. Death Battle continues as normal, Death Battle Cast continues as normal, but we have a bunch of extra stuff that we want to share. One of which is, Liam, you have actually recorded a video where you really dive into one of the calcs that we did for, I think, an episode
Yes.
from last year.
Yeah, it was actually, we filmed 2 versions of it because the first one was like 15 minutes long. it was too anal retentive, so I had to kind of dial it back. We got a much more reasonable length, but yeah, the point of it is just to kind of go into detail about calcs that we do on episodes that we don't really get to go into super big detail on, because usually when we do calcs, we'll just like, this happened and then this happened, here's the numbers, but we don't like explain how we got those numbers. So that's kind of what this is about, and explaining the logic of the calc too, and some stuff to make it consistent. Yeah,
And you can see just how nerdy we go.
Oh yeah.
Figuring out the
and you'll see
balance.
the dialed back version.
Figuring out the balance of how to present calcs in Death Metal can get pretty complicated, because some of them are just so big and unwieldy, and there's so much to talk about. And it's like, if we really go into every single one, we're gonna bore like 90% of the people watching.
One of the calcs I
this.
did for Madara was like, took me like 2 hours. Like I looked down at the clock and I was like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? It was like 1 a.m.
So we'll be sharing that video. It should theoretically be coming out next week. It depends, how the staff is available to edit it and whatnot, make sure that we can get it
How
done.
we're feeling.
But we got a lot going on right now, so we just need to be able to get that out.
Stuff in the members chat, just like just so quick. Release the swan cut, like it's already.
I mean, we'll see what we can do.
It's the same thing, but with 50% more. Well, actually, so.
a lot of uhs and ums and wait.
A lot of
uhs
and ums.
Yeah, we want to make sure that it's watchable,
entertaining. Yeah, as lovely as my dulcet tones usually are.
But I don't know, maybe just a straight raw cut of it could be kind of fun too. We'll see.
Yeah.
Again, we're figuring this out as we go. So let us know what you think as that video comes out. And we definitely, I think, plan to do more of those. But it all depends on what you guys want to see.
And the final thing, Ben. I swear, I know we need to get on.
Oh my gosh!
But this week on Rooster Teeth we released an RTA of me losing my goddamn mind.
Oh yeah.
About the Captain Crunch debate. So if you would like to relive that, but now in animated form, you can go do that. Head over to the Rooster Teeth channel. It's always very sweet when they choose to take something from Death Battle Cast. So if you guys want to go over there and drop some support, we would appreciate it.
That's my first time on RTA and AA, and they got like the unevenness of my beard thing.
Yeah, they really highlighted
one
that.
One of them goes up a little higher than the other. I forget which one. But it's uneven, and they nailed that. And I was like, "Wow, what a spectacular attention to detail!"
And the headphones,
and the headphones,
which are
yeah, because I always have the fucking headphones on. That's great. I loved it. I was very happy with
that.
One of these days,
it's really
one
fun.
of these days I'll get in.
Well, Nick, do something stupid on this show, and maybe we will.
I should scream more on the show
one.
so that we can.
Dude, I'll lend you my
RTA,
children and Mike the dog for like a week, and then you'll have a story, dude.
Oh no, I need to. I've got two birds,
Mike
man.
the dog.
They're not here with
There we
me,
go.
but like I have a cage right here off screen for them to hang out with me. So maybe one of these Death Battle casts, if we feel like not staying on topic, I can.
We're already doing a pretty good job.
Speaking of not topic, everybody should go watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a great movie. It's my favorite.
Yes, I need to go see that. Like, it just looks amazing.
Nobody talk about it. Nobody talk about it. Nobody talk about it.
It's amazing. It's the best movie ever.
All right. Let's get to this.
I love Michelle Yeoh.
Shoot, there is still one other thing I need to talk about.
Oh my god!
Come on! I want to talk
Before
about
we
my
can get to the
Goofy would
debate.
win.
We will be sharing a sneak peek of the upcoming Death Battle later on in this show. Tanjiro versus Jonathan Joestar is airing next week. We are super excited about it. There will be a sneak peek later on in the show. But right now, let's get to the community Death Battle. This is going to be Patrick Star versus Goofy, argued by Liam and Nick. You know how this works. It's their job to convince the jury that their respective characters should win through any means necessary, and the jury consists of three seats. That'll be me, that'll be Chad, and that will be you watching the show right now. We're going to have polls up, a poll in the Rooster Teeth chat and a poll in the members only live chat on YouTube. We will take those votes into consideration as well, and those 4 votes will be tallied to figure out the winner at the end of the show. But of course, this isn't a courtroom. If you want to join in one of the chats and let us know what you think of one of these characters and why they should win or why they suck, let us know. We are watching the chat right now. All right, let's get this started.
Malcolm Neal says I call Swan's beard the Liev Schreiber, which I think is very, very funny.
All right, well, Liev Schreiber beard. How
Yeah.
about you start us off? 60 seconds on the clock. How is Patrick Star going to win this?
First of all, Ben, his name's not Rick.
What?
That's a reference. That's a SpongeBob reference.
Oh,
I don't know anything about fucking SpongeBob.
So anyways, Patrick Star, he is just a fucking brick of unbeatable Patrick Starness. He is a profound and prolific user of the dark art known as Toon Force. He is basically unkillable, and he is incredibly strong and durable. And there's just nothing Goofy can do to him. Patrick is not intelligent. We know that, but he is so incredibly powerful and so incredibly impossible to kill that he's just going to rip Goofy into halves. And if that fun viral Patrick the Bikini Bottom Horror webcomic has anything to say, he'll probably devour Goofy and his entire family as well. So yeah, Patrick's gonna win.
Oh,
all right.
Okay, so Patrick is not a starfish. He is just a brick.
He is a brick of love.
That's all I got.
Hate.
A brick of love and hate. All right.
All right, Nick. How's Goofy going to beat the brick
That's
of
what I
love and hate?
call the night after.
How is Goofy not going to beat him? There's so many different ways. This dog, this cartoon dog, he's not
so
a dog. Hilariously. Shush. You had your time.
Uninterrupted.
He's so cartoonishly overpowered in more ways than I even realized before jumping into this. I'm gonna hold some of the cards close to the chest, but suffice it to say, Goofy is ridiculously fast, strong, and durable, and he is absolutely not a yucking around.
Hey, real quick pause. I want to talk about a show that I think you might be interested in. Do you ever find yourself awake in the middle of the night reading real-life stories that make your skin crawl? The creepy history behind Victorian nursery rhymes or tales of sleep paralysis demons? Perhaps you've seen the haunting images of corpses on Mount Everest, or experimented with seances and spirit boards, you know. And perhaps you've wondered, hey, what the heck exactly is necro-cannibalism? That sounds effed up. Well then, hey, 30 Morbid Minutes is the new podcast for you. Hosted by Elise Willems and Jessica Vasami, each episode investigates a new topic ranging from macabre to morbid to downright creepy. Sourced straight from history and the headlines of today. Subscribe now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And new episodes of 30 Morbid Minutes are available every Tuesday and Mondays for Rooster Teeth First members. Go check that out. All right, back to the show.
Yeah, too bad. You have 25 seconds left. You did the joke too early.
I don't
do the perfect cast.
You were
sorry. That's it? That's your argument? Okay. I mean, to be fair, Liam's argument was just, he's a brick.
Yeah, and you can't kill him.
He's also, I actually watched a full video on this. Goofy is technically Patrick? No, on Goofy. What is Goofy? Like, is he a dog? And the answer is he is like and this is actually given by one of Goofy's animators. Right? No, he is halfway. He is a goof. That's what his race is. Oh. He's a goof, and he's halfway between human and dog. It's like the missing. Wait, he's halfway link
between what and dog?
Between human and dog. Like he's if dogs evolved into humans instead of apes.
Shout outs to Shao Tucker from
exactly. Yeah, he's like a Edward. He's like that.
Oh my god.
So yeah, he's officially.
He's just trying to make Disney real. That's all he was trying to do.
You know that shirt that went around, right? Have you seen that? There's like the meme shirt that went around for that. I want that, but with Goofy.
Edward.
Oh God.
Edward.
Okay.
Yeah. So where should we start? Where should we start with this? I've never debated on the show before. So are we going by like topic or?
Okay,
or
just whatever you think supports your best argument in the moment. I would like to start with Liam says that Patrick Star is an invincible brick. Yeah. Why do you say that, Liam?
Ryan, could you bring up that first video I sent you? Because this is the answer why. So some stupid shit is happening in this terrible show.
It's the sun.
Blows up the planet.
Okay. And they're sucked into
sucks all of the stars and the planets in the universe into it.
A black hole.
Okay. While the credits are running?
The universe is destroyed, and the rest of the episode takes place in a fucking parallel universe. It destroyed the fucking universe! They destroyed the universe, and Man Ray survived, and I believe the implication is that Patrick also survived.
I didn't see him.
That episode.
No, I didn't see him there.
Yeah, but Man Ray did. And if Man Ray can survive that, Patrick definitely can as well. So
what do you say that based on?
Because they scale to each other. Silly. Because they're both characters. Also, Brian, I was expecting more of a like whoa reaction from a SpongeBob feat where the fucking universe is destroyed, but I guess not.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. So the universe is destroyed.
Yeah.
But it was done so in a way that makes me question whether or not everyone else was supposed to be destroyed, or whether the intention was to bring them all into an alternate universe.
Well, they were sucked into. Were
they destroyed, or they just transported?
I mean, there was a lot of fire. I'll give him that one.
The planet, was engulfed in fire, and then the stars of the entire universe were sucked in. Which it's weird because the stars are sucked in before the planets, which is odd. but you can see them all go in.
But
And
like
then it's just nothingness.
But so even assuming
that is the stars are the light.
but-
It's the light
but real
of the
quick,
stars.
even assuming
No, the
that
star- like the
Patrick
stars themselves.
survived this, Liam, who's to say that we're not following alternate universe Patrick and that was alternate universe Man Ray?
Because that character is saying, he says, Manny, destroying an entire universe. Like he's like chastising him for doing that. That's what that character is saying at that scene. So we know that he's not talking about an alternate universe Man Ray. He's talking about that universe's Man Ray.
So Man Ray just fucks everything up, and the entire universe has to be destroyed.
I really have no idea what the fuck happened in that clip, to be honest. I just know
It
that
looked like the sun got mad, and the sun was just like, be gone.
I just know what I fucking saw, which is the fucking universe being destroyed and being sucked into a black hole.
I mean, at the very least, they survived a planet being destroyed by being launched off of it and then sucked into a wormhole, into another dimension.
That sucks in all of the stars of the universe. You can see them
it could just be the light.
But does
I thought I just saw the light going in.
necessarily.
What do you mean the light going in?
No, there was
You
another,
saw them-
like the moon went in. We saw
the
that.
moon went in, but I didn't see stars going in.
Yeah, it happens before the moon goes in. You can see all of the stars being sucked in.
Play it again.
I guess play it again. Maybe I missed that.
I'm not lying. Getting on my ass over
I think
a fucking
you're
cartoon
making this
feed.
up,
My
Liam.
Lord in heaven.
Right? No, not the bees
This is
or
what we're
whatever.
being
Watch the
picked
sun
on.
is like,
Yes.
hey. Like,
Look at the dots in the sky. Look at the white
Explosion.
dots.
okay.
Follow your white dots. And
Oh
then they get
yeah,
sucked in.
that was all of them. Oh shit, yeah. And then all the planets. Oh
And
yeah.
I know it's
yep.
weird that the planets get sucked in, but it is a cartoon, so give him a fucking break.
It's basically just a really strong vacuum force is essentially what this is amounting
a
to.
universe destroying vacuum. Yeah,
But
that force that they're being sucked in is what they're talking
I stand
about.
by that. I don't think there's enough evidence to say that it was destroyed. There was an explosion on the Earth, yes, but everything else just like got sucked into
my
a hole.
Yeah, they
Lord.
just got
The
turned
force
inside out like a shirt and
that
everything's
it
fine.
would take to suck in every star in the universe into a hole
Liam,
the size of a planet
the
is,
point of
is
being
so
sucked in the stars.
unbelievable.
Real
I'm
quick,
saying,
did not suck
what
in the
the
stars.
Fuck.
We would have seen the stars come towards the camera if it sucked in the stars. What it
No,
did was
it's
suck in
going-
the light that already was there.
What are you? No! What are you talking about? The light! It's sucking in the stars. The camera is not the focal point of the sucking in. The camera is like a couple thousand miles away from the Earth.
Well, no.
See the
If you
Earth
think
from a
about it,
view.
if a black hole sucked in a bunch of light from a star, we would look at that space and it would just be all black. That's what's happening.
the
least
black
that's how
hole,
I'm
the black
seeing
hole
this.
would need to be the size of the entire screen.
Not
This
necessarily.
entire show is gonna be just debating this 1 feet. Like,
There are
I'm not
black
going to need to
holes.
say anything.
So okay,
How do you? What do you talk? What is this?
the stars did not move towards the screen, towards the black hole, unless
The screen
Earth
isn't the black hole.
blew
The black
up
hole.
and then
we're
the black
looking
hole went back in space. It couldn't have been sucking in the stars. At least that's how I'm viewing it right now.
I don't
Now,
know what you're. Chat, back
Either
me up,
way.
or don't back me up. Explain why I'm going. Explain why I'm
if
saying.
Chat, if
It's
Chat
in my
wants to
best
interpret it
interest to
different-
shut up
You didn't
right
see
now,
the universe
but even
blow
I'm
up
going to
to
be like,
You
I'm
saw
not sure where you're
you saw
coming from
stars
on
getting
this right now,
sucked
Ben.
into a
I'm not
hole
trying to
the
understand what
size-
you're saying.
Oh my lord! Yeah, you see, Jack of all trades. Yep, there goes the stars. Thank you. That's not super specific, but yes. This is not. This
So
is not
Liam,
even close to my.
I'm sitting here
Captain
right now
Crunch
being like,
moment.
everyone around me must be completely insane to not be recognizing this because I sure know that feeling.
Yeah, but you were
What could you
wrong.
possibly be
And
talking
I
I was
was
about?
right.
not wrong.
You were obviously wrong.
All right.
Chad, I stand with you on Captain Crunch.
Thank you. I've received a
You
lot of
weren't even
messages of
there.
support.
All right. We have a poll
Anyway.
on the YouTube
Oh,
chat.
my Lord in
members, if
heaven.
you go and vote for that, is the entire universe being
Oh.
sucked in? Yes or no? Let us know, and we will. I guess we'll just go with whatever that answer is.
It is. We
Because vote for
see the stars.
Let's
being
move on.
sucked in.
So, all right. The idea that Patrick can survive a planet exploding, being sucked into a wormhole that is apparently sucking in planets up to
In an alternate reality where we never see him. That's fine, sure.
Sure. But he's still surviving the planet exploding and turning into a black hole that sucks in everything. What can Goofy do against that?
yeah, Nick.
What can he do to hit
You
harder than that?
said you had
or-
some-
No,
cards.
argue whatever you want.
You
whether
said
it's
he had some
strength or
shit.
durability,
Well,
go for it.
let's-
I want to
let's
hear
stay on-
some
let's-
shit.
Let's stay on durability for a second.
Yeah.
Before we get onto that, let me introduce a concept that I didn't even know about Goofy. Have you ever heard of his secret stash of super goobers?
Yes, I do know.
Okay.
No.
Is anybody else aware? So
No.
in his
Explain,
hat,
please.
his hat is chock full of these radioactive peanuts called super goobers. If he eats one of them, he becomes essentially Golden Age Superman for 5 hours. I'm not kidding. He can hear people on the other side of the planet, even though that doesn't make any sense. He can fly through black holes without even blinking. He tanked a full alien disintegration beam, and it was like, that tickles. Stuff like that. Like, if you have seen Golden Age Superman do it, I guarantee you Super Goof, which is his alter ego when he eats the radioactive peanut, Super Goof has basically done it too. He's stupid fast. And he's like, okay, there's a panel. Brian, let's pull up that. I think it was the first panel I sent you. Yeah. Okay, so Super Goof can travel 6 trillion miles a second.
6 trillion miles.
That is over 32 million times light speed, my friend.
Oh my god! Why does he have a? Is that a beard? What is that?
Yes, because he's aging himself. And that doesn't even matter because, Brian, pull up that second thing. He can travel so fast that he can just de-age himself. And he's fine. The beard's gone. He's young again.
What
the only
the
limitation
hell?
I can see, the only limitation that I can see on this is that he can't go back to before he was born. Admittedly, there's that. But, like, he can just do that. All it takes is a radioactive peanut. Each radioactive peanut gives him 5 hours of super goofy.
What is that supposed to do to Patrick? That's my question. Okay, so
Okay.
so he can fly real fucking
He's just
fast.
staying on durability.
What's he supposed to?
Yeah.
I'm putting Goofy into perspective here. I'm just saying, you don't. I'm going to use it as many times as I need to because I'm just that proud of it. I guess I'm not a yucking around.
All right. So
Yeah. Okay.
Goofy
yeah, okay.
essentially has the powers of Superman
when he eats a peanut. But
And he has a bunch of these in his hat.
It's worth pointing out though, 2 things. One, if he chugs all the peanuts in his hat, that's when he's
fucking brain explodes.
That's when he's supercharged. That's when he can do the 6 trillion miles per second stuff.
Okay.
Without peanuts, with no peanuts, Brian, pull up that string of 4 panels that I sent you at the very end of that Slack message there. Without peanuts, he has destroyed the sun on no fewer than 4 occasions. And
Wait, is he flying through a black hole there? What's happening?
This is him flying through a black hole. Brian, the very last bullet point. Where there's a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 examples of this. We can just go through them one at a time.
Just doesn't exist.
No
Like,
big
he's just
rush.
lying.
Okay.
But Goofy
Blaming his lack of feats on Brian.
Goofy has destroyed the sun
Nick.
at least 4 times without peanuts. The peanuts enhance strength that is
He
already
had
there.
peanuts in that one. Well, I think I know what you're talking about. Actually, it's the cartoon, right? Where he knocks the home run.
He's done it multiple times in cartoons.
Okay.
These are animated GIFs. I don't know if that's causing some trouble here. Let's see. This
Drills through the sun.
That's him
what's
flying
going
through
on
the sun.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
not
I hope this
destroying the
works
sun.
like it
Nick.
just.
Yep, that's the 4th one. So
Yo,
there
the
are
ball's
3
on him to
others.
fly into the sun, not knowing. Sorry.
Yeah, so check this out. This is also durability because this is him getting launched head first through 1, 2,
Ooh,
3, 4,
1940s.
5
Oh
very
no.
5 racist World War II boats into the sun. It's shattered. That's one example. That's one.
Pretty good. I actually like that.
He's done
I
it
actually
4
like that. It's pretty funny.
Without peanuts. Oh, and also, if
do
speed
that?
was ever a question, minus the peanuts, if we're talking about scaling, he also scales to
what is
Pluto.
this?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, this is a couple
Yeah.
of goofs. I'm not sure. Admittedly, I'm not sure which one's actually Goofy, but there's much
Was
to
it the
derive here.
bunt? Just a bunt? It wasn't even a home, like a swing.
So he threw the baseball hard enough for that, and for some reason the baseball bat did not.
Oh, we can talk
shatter
about
instantly.
speed scaling. We
Okay.
can talk about fucking speed. I wasn't even going to bring this one up, Nick, but if you want to talk about speed scaling, we can do
Well,
that.
let
We
me
can do
say
that
this one
all
really quickly,
fucking day.
then I'll pass it over to you.
I should find that clip,
Speed scaling?
actually.
He scales to Pluto, who is another dog or dog-like creature, splitting hairs, I know. Pluto
A goof.
ran to the sun and to Saturn in a couple of seconds. I don't know where they were
ran
when
to
they started.
Saturn.
Yes, ran on the rings of Saturn, my friend. There's a YouTube clip that I sent you in that Slack message there, Brian. But yeah, while we're bringing that up, I'll let Liam have a couple words.
We're excited to announce that we are launching memberships for the Death Battle YouTube channel.
If you join, you'll get access to a bunch of unique perks, features, and content.
Also, for the first time ever, you can watch Death Battle Cast live on YouTube.
And don't worry, Death Battle itself is not changing. We're still going to be releasing our normal content as usual. Thank you so much for supporting us over the past 10 years. Here's to 10 more.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to say real quick. So we did have the poll in the chat about whether or not it destroyed the universe. Liam, 71% of them did say yes. The universe was being destroyed in that feat.
Thank you.
300 votes. If you did not vote and you disagree with that, vote for the next one, please.
And in fact, Brian, I apologize. I'm going to send you a clip right now. I wasn't going to use because I thought it was too much. I thought it was a little bit too much, but I just sent it to you.
You were being kind.
Too much.
Being kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a speed feat. This is both SpongeBob finds a thread. He finds this thread, and the episode is him.
It unravels the universe, doesn't it?
And he unravels the entire fucking universe.
Yeah.
And he unravels it within seconds. Here we go. We can start here.
What the hell?
There's unraveling a real human being, by the way. Unraveling the island that he's a part of. He's pulling it, la la la. And then, oh, there's a galaxy. And then, oh, there's the rest of the universe. And keep playing it because guess who's the only person unaffected? Guess who's the one person unaffected by this?
Oh.
All right. Okay, you got me at the end because I was about to be like, are you gonna like? I don't even know if you can call this a strength feat because like, have you ever like tried to like you get like that little thread on like your shirt or something? You're like, oh, I'm just gonna pull it out. That shit takes no strength at all, and that'll unravel the fucking world. It's just time. Like,
yeah, well, it is.
But then like everything being gone, and then Patrick just casually walking up. Like I thought he was gonna pull him at like the last bit of the string. I thought he was gonna pull Patrick out, so like he was holding on to it and everything was fine. But then he just like ignored it.
Patrick pulls on SpongeBob's string and then kills him, but then SpongeBob starts laughing, so he's still not dead, which is shocking. But it is a speed feat because he was like the speed at which he's pulling the string is what's unraveling the universe, so you can apply it to that. So if you're gonna talk about fucking faster than light, he unravels the entire fucking universe in like 5 seconds. Okay, Pluto speed feat, all right, and it destroys the sun. Ooh, destroys the universe. Anyways. Also, even if Goofy was able to do damage to Patrick, Brian, could you play up that second clip I sent to you originally? Because Patrick can't be killed by regular physical damage. He has some absolutely insane regenerative abilities.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that Goofy doesn't even need to reassemble himself because he's so impossible to destroy at all. Like a black hole can't rip him asunder.
You know what I mean? Clearly, we know that Patrick can survive a universe. So if one of them is going to fall eventually, it's going to be Goofy. That level, Patrick's level of capability is so much beyond that.
What does Patrick have that could actually hurt? Like we've seen that Patrick is clearly
durable,
beyond durable. But what can he actually do to Goofy, who seems to clearly have some incredible power in both offensively and defensively. But I don't know what Patrick has.
I wish I had a scan of this. I do if I gave myself more time to look for it, because I know I've seen it before. But SpongeBob and Patrick were able to hug each other so hard in a comic that their atoms merged together. Their DNA merged, and they became like one kind of like horrific fucking monster thing because they hugged each other too hard. Patrick's strength is so insane that he can fuck with your genetics. That's how fucking strong Patrick is.
Just from a punch?
just from hugging so hard.
They hugged each other into, but that was, they had to do it to each other, right? Like this.
Yeah, but still, like, look, half of
that was like 99% SpongeBob.
How is that 99%
I said,
SpongeBob?
what if? You don't know.
Yeah, what if it's
Patrick,
SpongeBob's
Patrick
power?
is confirmed to be stronger than SpongeBob.
But
Patrick
what
is
if this
much
power
stronger.
only belongs to
Okay.
SpongeBob, and SpongeBob was the one who actually enacted this DNA?
What that doesn't?
Mixture.
Why would that?
'Cause he's a
be?
sponge.
Patrick is the.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Chad? Why you riding me today? What the
Patrick
fuck is
is
this?
a-
Because I'm
Starfish.
coming off the heels of Captain Crunch.
We're gonna have Captain Crunch on Death Battle, and I'm gonna kill him personally.
I swear to God.
And you're gonna have to read it.
Not my main account in the chat is asking if Kingdom Hearts has universal feats that Goofy can scale to.
I'll be honest.
Well, I'm arguing against Goofy, so no, obviously not. Fucking no.
I'll be honest. There was so much to learn about just regular Goofy before you throw in Kingdom Hearts that's kind of where I wound up spending most of my time. I had to keep going deeper and deeper. But as I've kind of scanned over what people's general consensus is, consensus is that like Kingdom Hearts generally tends to approach universal plus level. That is one thing that I have seen time and time again.
According to what, Nick?
According to general consensus, because
general consensus. Oh yes.
I've been trying to wrap my head around
rest upon the laurels
super
of general
goobers, man.
consensus.
All right. So aside from destroying the sun, what else has Goofy done? Like from like a strength feat perspective?
I mean, he scales to Xehanort in Kingdom Hearts, and like I was just kind of alluding to, I don't have like the concrete trail of like how we get to this, but Versus Community does generally say that Xehanort is strong enough to destroy the universe. He did not single-handedly destroy Xehanort, but nobody did, as I understand. I've not played Kingdom Hearts. I'm trying to learn as much as I can on not a lot of time. But Xehanort is the big bad who. How much do you guys, Chad and not you, Liam, know about Xehanort?
Xehanort's like wall level, I think, at max. So.
Yeah, Xehanort's the big bad. And he's a really powerful foe who tries to conquer Kingdom Hearts for himself and yada yada yada. But yes, he is capable of destroying the universe. There are attacks in Kingdom Hearts that are of that level. There are multiple characters, as far as I'm aware, that reach that sort of level. Not just Sora and Xehanort. So this is sort of like, because Kingdom Hearts gets wild and weird.
Yeah.
And
this is where I'm actually going to need chat's help a little bit in the Kingdom Hearts side of things. But Goofy's main equipment in those games is his shield. He is actually kind of something of a pacifist. And I don't blame him, because if he was more aggressive, nobody would be alive anymore. He needs to be somewhat of a good guy.
Goofy would wave his
that's why
hand
he takes
and
a shield,
Zemnis
so he
would be
focuses
like,
more on defense. That being said, I actually don't have a clip of this ready, but in skimming through some Kingdom Hearts stuff, he does have this shield attack where he charges forward and just engulfs in flames. It's like a meteor, which I looked into meteors, bare minimum, to cause enough friction for like flammable clothing to ignite in the atmosphere is over 1,500 miles an hour, or at least Mach 2. So that's like bare minimum. And that's just him like running on the floor.
Patrick was able to run all the way to the sun and back in only a few seconds, and his body was completely engulfed in flames, and he was fine.
Yeah, but so that's kind
and
of
he
a
also
low
survived
ball
from being
feat for
disintegrated.
Goofy, though, because like I said earlier,
same with
he
Patrick.
scales to Pluto, who did exactly the same thing, but even further because he went to Saturn as well. He made a pit stop
and
at Saturn.
SpongeBob
Oh, wait, hold on,
the
I think I have-
entire universe.
And that's without super goobers. Again, with super goobers, 6 trillion miles per second.
Do you know how fast it would take to unravel the whole universe, like a thread going back and forth like that?
We're just going past.
I have a
way more.
Yeah,
I have a
point?
trillion times that much.
Because here's what I was thinking about. I think I was starting to lean more towards Patrick, and then I had this thought because I remembered back like the Super Grouper thing, and he's going so fast that he's then starts de-aging himself. So what's to stop Goofy from grabbing Patrick, flying as fast as possible to get that to start happening, and then stopping once Patrick is no longer born because Goofy is older, so he has more time.
Yeah. So this
is Goofy
this
older?
Is a good
How old are
question to ask,
Starfish?
because Goofy, I think, officially was made like 89 years ago, 90 years ago, something like that, or maybe even closer to 100 at this point. I don't know if that's his canonical age. I don't know if he has a canonical age. Does Patrick?
No, I think SpongeBob was born in 1986. It's on his driver's license. Well, his imagined driver's license, because he's never gonna fucking get
Sure.
one. Yeah, so he's about that old. But I don't know, like Goofy can do that to himself. Can he do that to other people?
There's no
It was
reason
about
he
the
shouldn't
speed
be
that he
able
was
to.
going. So as long as
Yeah.
he can hold on to him.
Why was he so old in that context? Like he was. Did he age himself up and then de-age himself?
Correct.
I think that's what happened. I've not been
Okay.
able to find like the full context.
And also,
of the
like,
comics.
If that is the case, then his age doesn't matter because he can make his age whatever he wants. So he could age himself up to a point where he's definitely older than Patrick, and then de-age to the point where Patrick is
That's a
an
very
atom.
good point.
But yeah, it might just. So I'm assuming that the joke is, oh, he's flying way faster than the speed of light,
Yeah.
and that
32
fucks
million
with
times the
time
speed
and
of light.
gravity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
So
chat right now
that's
is like
where
looking up the
that joke comes from.
lifespan of starfish.
I think it's like 35 years old. I think I was thinking of jellyfishes that are the ones that are
F
like,
you, that's my username,
like
says Starfish
100
lived
years
for
old.
35 years. So yeah, it wouldn't take long at all to de-age him to death.
if he can do it to other people and not himself. And again, remember, Patrick survived the death of the fucking universe unharmed. Like that, I don't think that like I think if you're able to delete the universe, then such paltry things as time and space are not going to really affect you, right?
Yeah, no, see, what I'm looking for right now is because I feel like both these characters are so unbelievably overpowered with Toon Force that I'm looking for the unmaking thing, right? Like in either case,
well,
right?
Patrick survived the definition of unmaking. Like the universe was unmade, right?
See, I'll bring up one more time, and I mentioned this earlier, but I actually sent Brian the comic scan of this. Goofy tanked an alien disintegration beam. Functionally, how is that really going to be different from the universe thread tearing apart thing?
Well,
the function of both is just being ripped apart at like the atomic level, essentially. So, like, yeah, so you scroll down, he gets hit by this laser, and he's like, that tickles.
And it's full blast.
First of all, he says it's an X-ray. He says it's an X-ray, not a disintegration beam. He says it's going to disintegrate.
No, it says
disintegration to them.
Disintegration to them.
No, it's a ZX-ray.
It's a ZX-ray.
It's just what they call it. Yeah,
it's just the branding. Like that's like Acme.
Well,
like you know, like
your misinformation.
Disintegration is like lightning. A lightning bolt can disintegrate a human being. Like it's not going to, or like enough electricity can disintegrate a human being. It isn't necessarily like a hack's magical ability that he's surviving. He might just be surviving
an alien
like a set level
Disney
of energy.
Comic book that came from outer space. I think it's going to be more so like the magic one.
Why would it? It's just a laser beam.
So
could do
his
that.
argument is that doesn't matter, Liam. What matters in this context is that both accounts are about removing something or destroying something to a point where it does not. Yeah, where there's nothing left. And even though one is obviously way more grandiose than the other, it is technically doing something very similar.
Right, but I would be disintegrated if like a building exploded on me. But if that wouldn't count for the same,
you
like,
are not
survivability,
capable of surviving a dip into the sun.
Well,
like,
it's the same thing. It's the same. Like it's the same. Like the level a level of energy it would take to disintegrate somebody goes up if you're like more durable, right, than a regular human being. But it isn't necessarily like a magical ability that like counts for the same thing. Like
it depends
Patrick
how
could
the
just
disintegration is being implemented.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It depends. Is it like
if it is him being torn apart by a thread? Is that similar to a beam hitting that then disintegrates?
Because the beam could just be really, really strong and not necessarily like a specific magical thing where it rips apart your atoms. That wouldn't matter if you were really, really tough. Would it? It doesn't. Yeah, doesn't matter that Goofy's
because
really
it's
tough.
just a beam that strikes instantaneously. You would imagine that it's not meant to be like a let's hit him so hard he shatters into a million pieces. It is something that is specifically designed to eat away at atoms, which could be compared to pulling the thread of the atoms apart. But either way, I did want to ask something about this universal thread thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Patrick, and we will get to the preview right after this, where was Patrick when it started?
It's a great question.
Because did he survive because SpongeBob intends for him to survive?
No, SpongeBob's just pulling randomly at it. He's just pulling he's just following the thread. The thread is at a prescribed path, kind of. He's just pulling the thread. He's not trying to avoid Patrick.
How do we
Patrick
know beyond a shadow of a doubt that thread was connected to people? Because we saw destroying scenery and objects.
We did see it destroying a person.
We saw it destroy that.
Yeah, it was a real life person too.
We were
real
halfway
life.
through.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we've got a lot of big questions up in the air regarding this matchup, which is ridiculous. But at the moment, you can start voting for this. If you are on the Rooster Teeth chat, you can vote for Goofy or Patrick. If you're watching on mobile, you can vote for Goofy #1 or Patrick #2.
Patrick can survive above water.
We will have the vote up in the membership chat in a little bit as well. We keep that for later just in case we want to put in additional polls like the whole did he destroy the universe kind of thing. But that will be up in just a little bit, so keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, let's talk about what's going on.
I love He-Man's thing. That's every time I see He-Man, I just go It's like all I hear.
You know how this format works, guys.
And I laugh
plays,
every
and then we come back to
time.
me, and I go with the next
Giggle and
episode of
guffaw.
Death Battle.
Yeah, I did my part by saying nothing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick.
Yeah, well,
The
I
person
bring
who's been on
life
this
and love.
show less than these two.
And
What?
mirth. I bring mirth to this show.
I
I'm overflowing
agreed with
mirth.
Liam.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Chad.
I was the one
Right.
who suggested He-Man be. I
Look,
mean,
these
sorry.
guys want to see the sneak
The
peek.
silhouette that looks a lot like fine.
Look, these guys want to
Just
see the
gonna-
sneak
I know,
peek,
I
and you guys are deprived. I guess you're just not seeing the
That's
sneak peek.
Liam.
Thanks
It's
to
on
these
Liam.
guys.
Just
It's
remember
all
when you
over.
vote. No, I'm just kidding.
No, let's. All right.
I
So
said,
Tanjiro
hey.
versus Jonathan Joestar is coming out
What's
this
going on?
weekend.
Oh, that's why. It's because he says it in the song. Oh. Yeah, play the clip. You can play the clip.
Just play the. Please.
Just
Step aside! I've sworn to slay all of Dio's demonic minions.
I don't know who you are, but you better leave her alone!
You poor wretch, shackled by the chains of this harpy's insidious mind control. On my honor, as a gentleman, I will free you!
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you bump your head? Total concentration! Water breathing!
Most unorthodox. You fight with valor, noble swordsman, but I know the burning passion of my heart will carry me through!
Oh, he's kind of adorable! Like a puppy! I wonder if he has a caretaker nearby.
yeah, get hyped.
Yeah.
I love
awesome.
the voice acting so much.
It's great.
Yeah, Benji's
His harpy's
acting such
insidious mind
a
control.
phenomenal job.
That's because like,
Okay.
Tanjiro's like,
So
Okay,
this
dude.
episode airs this weekend, so it'll be on Rooster Teeth first this Sunday, which is April, what's the day, 24th, and then on YouTube April 25th. Premieres at noon Central Time, so if you want to be there for the live chat while it is premiering, definitely be there. We'll be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I did want to talk about this episode a little bit. So Liam, you're directing this episode. This is your first episode of the year.
yeah.
And going into this, there was one element that I was a little concerned about, which is Demon Slayer. It's a show that's really hot right now, but the show itself is
hot as the sun.
still pretty early on, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
manga has been finished for a while, but we don't want to spoil the manga for everybody who's watching the show, right?
Oh, I just cracked my knuckles and it was so fucking loud. Holy shit.
So
okay.
glad
didn't
that
pick
you're
up,
enthralled
so-
in this
cool.
conversation.
Yeah.
You do your own Zoom
uh,
punch.
And the
Yeah.
question is, that's true. It actually would have been perfect for that if we had whatever. Yeah. So okay. For those of you who are concerned about spoilers for Demon Slayer, you don't really have to be. It's we're keeping it like as vague as literally possible. Like we make offhand mentions of something that like is important just for the sake of analyzing Tanjiro, but nothing beyond that. No like in-depth. You're not going to see manga panels from the end of the manga. That's not going to be. We have to go past the anime because there's important abilities that he has in the manga that he doesn't have in the anime yet. But in terms of like what happens at the end of the anime or manga specifically, we don't talk about any of that stuff.
Yeah. So kind of the big thing that I want to do is make sure that specific events, we try to be vague about, as vague as we can. Obviously, certain enemies that he defeats are important to mention. That will be mentioned, at least to a very brief extent. His abilities that he learns will be mentioned because we do want to show him at the peak of his power, which he's obviously not in the show at the moment. So that is the big thing. If you don't want to know all of his abilities he gets, by the end of the series, that's something we're going to be talking about, as we always do with Death Battle. But other than that, we're keeping in mind.
Phantom Blood will be entirely spoiled, obviously, because it's over 30 years old at this point. And,
but also, like,
adapted.
Let's be real. When it comes to like defeating certain people, did you really think when he's going to go up against this person, when you get there, he's not going to defeat him? Like, come on.
Yeah, that was kind of my thing.
Depends on the show and the character, of course. Yeah. Yes, and also if you are a Death Battle member on the Death Battle YouTube channel, that sneak peek will be going up for you, so you can watch it anytime you like before this Death Battle cast is made available later on this week. Okay, speaking of Death Battle cast and Death Battle in general, let's get to the community Death Battle. All right, let's go ahead and get that poll up in the membership chat,
because we've got the one going in the first chat right now.
So you guys can vote on whether Goofy wins or Patrick wins. So we are going to first start with answers from the community. We should have some answers to pull up for each character. We can go ahead and bring that up.
All right, this one comes from Joshua Martel. And we're just going to ignore the fact that Goofy is the size of a person and Patrick's is a 6-inch starfish. Shaking my head.
That's the best. If that's the best team Goofy has got, I'm not fucking scared. It's not.
6 trillion miles per second.
Kirby is 8 inches tall, and Boo is the size of a person.
Like, Goofy could just step on him and it'd be over.
I don't think that Kirby was 8 inches tall, or I think
I don't know.
We'll
see. We'll see. All right, we should have an answer for Patrick as well. Let's go ahead and bring that up.
All right, from Isaiah, Patrick definitely has speed on Goofy. In the Slumber Party episode, he mistook the sun for a nightlight and ran to it and back in about 10 seconds. He ran from the bedroom, from the bottom of the ocean floor to the sun and back in 10 seconds, translating to 33.5 trillion miles per hour.
Fuck yeah.
But he also was not expecting Goofy Goobers or whatever they're called.
Yeah, okay. So it's not the best speed feat that we have. Not the best speed feat.
I saw it in his eyes.
Mic up and be like 6 bajillion or whatever the fuck it was.
But that's SpongeBob.
All right. Let's go ahead and see what the votes are. We are going to start with our votes, and then go to the chat votes because I see votes are still coming in. So
this is so
Chad. Who are you voting for?
I want to give Liam one more shot because I've been honestly back and forth this episode, even though I was like writing him harder just because I was messing with him. But I will always keep it objective. So I kept going back and forth, and I just want to know, like, does Patrick have, like, I'm onto this Goofy taking him through time thing. So I'm like, does Patrick have something that he could do that to Goofy with? Like something along those lines,
like some kind of like hacks,
some way to like, has he thrown somebody until they were like unmade or like went through time, or like I'm trying to see if we have. I'm giving you a platform to counter that. If there's a way.
I mean, he can shapeshift his body. So likely whatever like substance altering power Goofy could do to Patrick, he could undo with that. He does have Toon Force. He's like been able to beat himself up. I'm trying to think. There is something like on the tip of my head, but I can't remember what it is. What is it? What did he do that was like really weird? I'm trying to think of it. I don't remember.
What singular thing did he do that was weird?
As opposed to all the other things they did, it was just totally normal.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. He survived the universe being destroyed. He was completely fine. Even though it affected, even though it broke through the fourth, even though technically broke through the fourth wall, which I think is pretty crazy. It hurt that real life person.
I mean,
That's true. I think
every
Goofy's punched
cartoon
his
character does
animator
that,
too, though. That's the thing. Yeah, like everybody's.
Has he punched
All
his
right.
animator?
Yeah, I
Chad,
saw somebody listed in the
we
chat
need your
before.
vote.
They're lying.
All right, fine. I'm gonna say Goofy just because of the unmaking thing, because I think they're both insane, and this is really hard. I think it's gonna be one of the closest ones we've ever done.
Okay. Okay.
I always knew you were my
okay.
favorite, Chad.
So we have one vote for Goofy. I think I'm going to say, man, I really want to say Goofy, but I think I got to lean towards Patrick.
I'm about to
think-
leave
Oh.
this if you say Patrick.
No.
Hey Ben, you're the one
It's
who
weekend
always
if you
says
say
"will
it.
by
Oh my
any
God.
means necessary."
Oh my God! It's
Ben,
by any means necessary.
Ben, are you gonna let him
Blackmailing
intimidate
me into
you?
voting for him?
Are you
I
gonna
have
let
to
him
vote for Goofy, or else.
Are you
or
letting
else
him intimidate you?
My
No.
childhood is
Or else
ruined.
you will
we
feel the
so
wrath of
weak?
our observer.
Are we not men who stand on our feet?
I'm
would
sorry,
rather die
Liam, I'm
on
being
my
held by
feet
the
than live on
throat
my
here.
knees.
I have
My
to vote
God.
for Goofy. I have to.
You do. You do.
Okay, so we
Sorry,
have
Liam. You
two-
should have thought about this.
Oh,
sooner.
you're
You should
actually
have been
sticking
freshman in
with
high
it.
school.
We have
You
two
were
for Goofy.
coerced. Oh wow! All right.
That falls under
Two for
NDA,
Goofy.
Nick.
Actually, technically, you can't leak that because there are some people in there who have not signed release forms.
So there you go. You have to worry
So,
about it.
counter. I voted for Patrick. Patrick and Goofy. We got 1-1. All right. Okay.
This is gonna be so
Let's.
close.
Man, you're totally gonna reach out to him. Get release forms. All right. So. All right, let's go ahead and get the votes. We're going to start with the one from. Let's start with the membership vote. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. It's because I believe we can show the RT1 on screen. So the membership vote wrapped up is. Waiting to see it wrap up. There's over 400 votes in there right now. We can show it. Goofy with over 50% of the vote.
Yes,
Yo.
join the goof troop.
He's sitting down. Liam?
I
What does
was
that mean?
watching that, and it was like for the majority of it, it was at 50-50, and a couple of times Goofy went under Patrick, other times Goofy went above. Like that was one of the closest ones we've ever had. That was wild.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we got 2 for Goofy, 1 for Patrick. We could be reaching a tie here. Let's see.
my
Let's
God.
go ahead and bring up the vote on RTTV on the Rooster Teeth chat and see where we stand.
Oh, wow.
63% to
What the
37%. We have
fuck am I looking at?
3 to
What am I
1.
looking to that
What is
goof
this
troop.
nonsense?
You know what I'm saying?
We're doing this episode.
It's all about
Oh, man.
troop. Always stick together.
Yeah.
Patrick was the,
Well,
was the reason.
Awesome
Goofy
job,
was-
Nick. You've convinced
single.
quite a few people.
With
And
what?
That was
What?
that was pretty brilliant.
6 trillion miles per second, Liam.
Oh my lord!
stupid.
I should
That's so
calc. I should
stupid.
calc that universe unraveling feat. We should do that. I should calc that at some point. We'll see what that gets.
How
See
about
what
how
that
about
gets.
that becomes one of the videos that we post for
Yeah.
members?
Yeah,
And then,
that'd be
and then
fun.
I'll take that and divide it by 6 trillion, and then that number will be how much more I should have won this death battle cast
All right,
battle.
members, let
It's
us
gonna be
know
a
if you,
humongous
if you
fucking number.
members, let us know if you want to see Liam calc SpongeBob unraveling the universe. I don't even know where to start with that, but we'll do it. We'll figure it out, right? Thank you so much for watching. Again, Tanjiro versus Jonathan Joestar goes up this
Yeah, guys.
weekend. You can check out. We will play the sneak peek again at the end of this show before we go on to the next thing on RTTV. As always, be kind to others, be kind to yourself, be awesome. See you next week.
How we going?
You
I
Bye.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Step aside! I've sworn to slay all of Dio's demonic minions.
I don't know who you are, but you better leave her alone!
You poor wretch, shackled by the chains of this harpy's insidious mind control. On my honor, as a gentleman, I will free you!
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you bump your head? Total concentration! Water breathing!
Most fight with valor, noble swordsman, but I know the burning passion of my heart will carry me through!
Aw, he's kind of adorable! Like a puppy! I wonder if he has a caretaker nearby.